Well, hello Amy's book lovers, my name is Ash and welcome back to my channel. It'll be March when I post this video, so it is March, which is crazy. This is my birth month, so hopefully this goes well. I'm also going to be participating in Realmathon for I don't know how many years it's been going on for, 3 or 4 years now. I've been taking part in Realmathon every single year from Covers with Cassidy, so I'm going to be taking part in that. I'm of course on Team Raven, although I'm not going to be making books fit prompts. I'm just going to read whatever I want and hope for the best. That's kind of what I do every year. I don't want to force myself to read certain types of books. But obviously, I'm going to have fun. It's the only competitive readathon that I take part in every single year. I don't really like competitive readathons, but I've been doing Realmathon since the beginning, so I'm going to be continuing that for this month. In April, it's going to be the magical readathon, so I will not be taking part in my TBR game, but this month, in March, I will be taking part in my TBR game, which I'm very excited for. I always really love doing my roles, and I'm always excited to do them, so I'm excited to finally be doing this again because I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Right now, as I talk, it is the 25th, but I do definitely know there are going to be some books I'm going to be bringing in to March, and there's a few that I don't really want to talk about. We're gonna talk about it. I was hoping I would finish this book in February, but unfortunately I didn't. I wasn't really in the mood for it, and I'm still kind of having a hard time reading it, but I am enjoying it. And that is Nemesis Games by James S.A. Corey. This is the 5th book in the Expanse series. I am enjoying it, but it's a lot harder for me to get through because all the characters are separated right now, and it's really hard for me to really get into it. I don't know how to explain it, but I've been having a rough time getting through it, so I'm gonna just continue this and get through the book. I also had to return my physical copy to the library because someone had a hold on it, and so now I have to read it on my iPad, and I don't like reading on my iPad at all, so it's been kind of hard for me to get through. But regardless, I'm going to continue this and hopefully finish it in March, so that'd be great. That'd be ideal. Another book I will get done in March. I have a plan to upload my video in March for this book, and that is The Way of Kings. I know I've been talking about this for months, but I do plan on posting my vlog, my reading vlog on this in March. It's literally on my schedule for my booktube schedule. So if I don't get this up, that's my problem at this point. I am over halfway through this book. I'm in the 3.5 part of part 3, which means I'm getting to the really good stuff. The Sanderlanche is approaching, guys, and I am so afraid, but so excited at the same time. So I should be flying through this part of the book. I want to prioritize this for the beginning of the month so I can get my vlog ready to publish, I think in the 3rd or 2nd week of the month. So I'm excited about that. So I will definitely be finishing this in March. Mark my words, I will be finishing this book. That is all for the books I'm going to be bringing in to March that I did not finish in February. So let's get into what I'm going to be reading for March, what my TBR for March is. Before my TBR game, I'm going to very briefly talk about the fact that I'm going to be continuing the Black Butler series. I am on volume, this is 25, but I'm on volume 24. So I will be continuing the Black Butler series. I usually read 3 to 4 volumes a month, so I should be getting these done in March. So other than the manga, I'm going to now roll a die. I also kind of made this a little bit different. I made it so that way you can actually see all of my little prompts around the board because I think that'd be more fun, and it's a lot easier for me to do other than recording separate clips. I'll talk about it more in the part where I film this, so I'll do that now, and then we'll come back when I pick my first prompts. As you can see, there's a few things that are on this that are a little bit different. For one, we have raffle tickets. These are actually all of my series. Let me show you. These are all my series on the back of these that I want to continue. So every single time I land on a series tile, I have to randomly decide on what series I continue. Over here is my scratch off cards. I only have a few because I have to read them for my library. So I have a bunch in here, but I have still 30 plus in my room. So these are just the one I need to prioritize first. So if I land on a scratch off, I will scratch off this. And then of course I have my TBR jar. With that being said, let's get into our first out of 5 rolls. All right, first roll of my birthday month. Let's hope for the best. That, as you can see, is a 1. So we're starting off strong with TBR jar. Here are the different colors and what they mean. So let me just pick one randomly. Put my fingers in. I'm just gonna do this one. Okay, this is 42. Supposedly I own this on ebook. Let's see what this is together. Ooh, I'm actually not mad about this. This is grown. This is contemporary. Oh boy. Okay, cool. Okay, so the first prompt was TBR jar. So this is a good way to start. But I got a book. Thankfully, it's a standalone, so no series started. I'm happy with this. This is actually a book that I've wanted to get to for a while now. I've heard good things about. I did get the library copy because I prefer physical books, but I will use my Kindle copy to highlight and also do all that stuff. So I have Grown with me right here. This is by Tiffany D. Jackson. And as mentioned, I have heard good things about this book before. We're following a character named Enchanted, and she wants to be a singer. A man named Corey tries to help her into the industry. Corey doesn't seem to be treating her very well. I'm assuming, and I think from what I've heard, this deals with DV in some way, or at least some type of abuse in that way. But as the story goes on, it kind of becomes more of a mystery because Corey ends up being found not alive, and so there is this mystery behind who did it and what happened, and so that's kind of what you're reading in this book. I am looking forward to trying this and seeing if I like it. Also, it's a yellow cover, and I don't really read many yellow covers, so this makes me happy. This is a reasonable length. It's under 400 pages, so I appreciate that. So let's get into my second roll for my TBR board game. Oh my god, that's another one? Okay. This is a slow-moving month. Okay, well, with that one, I landed on LGBTQIA+. Okay, my second roll isn't taking me very far, but I got LGBTQIA+, so I will not be complaining because I love that prompt. This is actually perfect for me because I really wanted to get to this book anyway in March because I have an arc for this and it's coming out, I think, in May. So I'll be able to do my wrap up in April and talk about what this book is about and how I felt about it before it comes out in May. So this is coming out May 6th of this year, and this is Brighter Than Scale, Swifter Than Flame by Neon Yang. This is actually a very short book. It's a novella. It's 176 pages, but I was really interested in this because of the cover. Look at this cover. Absolutely gorgeous. It's a piece of artwork. This is a queer Asian-inspired fantasy novella. This story follows Yiva, who is a dragon hunter, or at least the people that they are aware of or the people they are around are usually dragon hunters and they slay dragons. There's a small isolated group of people in the world who actually see dragons as these beautiful, renowned beings and not something to actually kill and slay. And so Eva, the main character, has to get close to the queen of this area to try to get their information and secrets. I'm assuming there's gonna be a relationship between these two characters, obviously. It is a novella, so I'm not really sure if the romance is going to be very prevalent. I would hope that it's not going to be too fast. I've heard mixed things about this so far. The reviews are kind of mixed, but it's a really short novella, so I should be getting through this pretty quickly. I'm gonna try this. I haven't read anything from Neon Yang before, and again, the cover just absolutely gorgeous, so I'm gonna try this and hope I enjoy it. Okay, moving on to my third roll. My third roll? Hopefully I get more than a 1. Okay, I got a 6. That's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Either horror, thriller, or flip a coin. Oh. Flip a coin is just randomizing. It doesn't have to be actually a coin, but it has to at least be randomized. I think that kind of sounds fun. I will do flip a coin. Okay, for my third roll, I got flip a coin. So I'm just gonna show you the clip I did of me flipping a coin. It's not very good quality, but it's okay. So I picked between 2 series I want to continue and flipped a coin randomly to see what series I was going to continue. So let's get into that and then come back. I would prefer getting from Blood and Ash, but I could also continue the Plated Prisoner series, which I really have to get to as well. But I would definitely prefer this one. So let's see what I end up getting. I have a nickel right here. This is our 5-cent currency. It's a beaver. Very Canadian, I know. So let me flip the coin and see what I end up getting. I will not look until I put it in front of the camera, but I'm gonna flip it and see what I get. Okay, it bounced off the table and then fell into my hand. So whatever this is, it's fate. I got Tails, which means I'm going to be continuing the Plated Prisoner series by Raven Kennedy. I ended up getting the Plated Prisoner series by Raven Kennedy. I was hoping I wouldn't really get this one. I want to read it. I really, really want to read it, but I was really hoping to continue from Blood and Ash series. We're here with Gold, which is the next book in the Plated Prisoner series. I am a little bit nervous about this because we're at the end of the series. We're almost there. I think this is the second last book, and I've heard, I think, the most mixed things about this book in particular, so I'm a little bit wary of it, but at the same time, I really want to continue it because I'm having a good time with the series. It's probably one of my favorite fantasy romance series, I'll say, within the last 2 years or so that I've been reading. I'm having a hard time with fantasy romance lately. They always feel kind of cookie cutter, but this one actually feels, in my opinion, different, a little bit different. Like, obviously there's some tropes and stuff, but I really like the way this book series makes me feel and how I just love like everything within it. Like, the romance is really good, the smut is really good. There's obviously things that happen that are like, not as good, but I really love the series a lot. So I'm hoping I will enjoy this book. Even if it's not like loving it, I hope I still enjoy this book because I like the series as a whole. I've discussed this a few times on my channel, and I'm sure some of you know what this book's about, but if you don't know what it's about Orin and Midas. Midas can touch things and turn to gold, and Orin herself is pure gold. She can still like move around and stuff, but her skin is gold, her hair is gold, etc, etc. And she is kind of like the King Midas's prized possession, and so she is kind of locked away in a cage. And we see her progress through the storyline of the series in a way that's like, to me, it's really beautiful. Some people don't like her. I love her. She's a really good female protagonist because she just overcomes a lot of things, and the way that she grows throughout this books is just beautiful in my opinion. And so I really love her as a character. Obviously in the beginning she's a bit difficult, but at the same time she's going through Stockholm Syndrome, so you have to really give her a little bit of leeway because she's going through a lot. I mean, there is a neighboring kingdom or a neighboring king who's really horrible, and he is the king of rot, and he touches things and they rot, obviously. And there is like a rivalry between Midas and him, and things happen, and I'm not gonna talk too much about it, but it's a fun time for the most part. The first book has a lot of trigger warnings. There's no romance in the first book, but it does happen in the second book. So if you're going to get into the series, be careful because there is essay and full on other things in the book, so just be careful going into it. I personally love it, so I am excited to be continuing this series because I need to, even though I wasn't really planning on it in March, but I need to get to it. So thank you TBR game for keeping me accountable because I really need to do that. Okay, so now let's move on to my fourth roll for my TBR game. Moving on to the fourth roll. A 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is perfect for me. A Readathon prompt. I will use this for my Adventures in Alia prompt. Perfect. The board was nice to me today. Thank you, board. I appreciate it. The fourth one was a Readathon prompt, and I could have done the Realmathon kind of thing, but I actually decided to go into my Readathon, or like the annual Readathon prompt. I have to read a book on the top of my TBR, so like a priority TBR read. And this is like the nicest thing ever because thank you. That was actually pretty easy and simple for me to do because I have a lot of books I want to read and are high on my priority list, so this is perfect for that because there's so many books in this series and I don't want to regret waiting too long to read the rest of them. I'm going to be reading Kingdom of Flesh and Fire by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I read From Blood and Ash not long ago for my unwrapping video, and so I'm going to be continuing the series with Kingdom of Flesh and Fire. I heard that this one's good too. I heard that after this book it starts to go downhill from some people. Some people still like the series, but I've heard mixed things about the series after this book. But I only own the first and second book, so if I don't like the rest of the series, that's fine. Because I didn't get this on the coin flip, I decided to just put this on the TBR because I wanted to get to it in March anyway, and it was literally already going to be planned, so I wanted to have it for my TBR flip. Didn't happen for my coin flip, so I decided to just put it here instead. This is another fantasy romance series, so I'm starting to get into a few of them this month. But this is following Poppy and Hawk. Poppy is a maiden, she's trying to ascend, and so she is remaining pure and innocent. But then we have Hawk, who's her bodyguard, and he's making that a little bit difficult for her. And so we're following that. Obviously I don't want to talk too much about what this book is about other than that, because there is a lot more within it, like vampires and Craven, which are like abominations of vampires. It's an interesting concept. I liked the first book. Like I said, I have a reading vlog on it, and it was fun, but also it was a lot. It was interesting. It wasn't the best written, but it was fun, and that's why I'm continuing it. I am a little bit wary as to how I'm gonna feel about the rest of the series. It's like a side series and stuff, so there's a lot for me to read, but I'm hoping I will enjoy this one because I really want to try. This is 630 pages, so it's a little bit of a chunky one, but it's very easy to get through because it's a very simple romantasy book, so it shouldn't be too bad. Okay, let's get into our fifth and final roll. I still have a few books after this, but let's get into my fifth and final one to see what I end up getting. This is my fifth and final roll. An 8. That's a big number. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lovely. That is Unwrap a book. Okay, so I got Unwrap for my last prompt, which is slightly terrifying because this could be a huge book and it could be a small book. I'm hoping it's the latter, but we'll find out. I usually do an unhaul or unwrap video for this, but the problem is I have a few video projects currently being recorded and I don't have enough space on my phone to be doing another project. So I'm gonna actually just be doing this with you right now, so you'll actually see what the book is this time. Let's just pick a book. I am terrified because this TBR is pretty big right now. It's probably over 3,000 pages altogether, and we'll see what happens. I got my Lucky Strawberry. It's just a rock. I'm pretty sure my aunt did this. I'm not sure, but it's just a rock that is painted like a strawberry. It's my Lucky Strawberry. Give me a good luck one. I'll give it a little bit of a rub. There we go. Here are all of my numbers on here. So let's just randomly pick one. Hope for the best. I think it's like 3, 5, 15 are the ones I don't want to get. I don't remember anymore. There's a lot of them in there. So let's just see which one I end up getting. Do I choose the one on the ground or the one I picked? I'm gonna choose the one I picked. Let's see which one I could have gotten. The star. Which is the star? The star one was a reasonable one. You probably can't see it, but it is right here. That one was reasonable. So let's hope I don't regret my decision. So let's see what it is. I'll show you first. 25. Oh my god, that's my birthday number. That's so cool. I chose 25 on my birthday month. Like, my birthday is March 25th, and I got 25. That's so cool. That was not rigged. Oh my god, that's so cool. Oh, 25. It's right here. It's so tiny. Oh my god, I'm so happy. This is a small one, and it's also number 25. I'm so happy with this. It's a paperback. I don't know what this is though, so let's unwrap it and see what it's going to be. Oh my god. Oh my goodness gracious. We got some popular books this month. I got The Silent Patient. This is by Alex Michaelides, and I know this book. I definitely know this one. It's very reasonable with 350 pages, so it's not too long, but oh my goodness. The Silent Patient. That is crazy. I am kind of excited but nervous. I'm not usually a mystery thriller kind of person, so I'm really excited to see if I will actually enjoy this one because it's not usually my forte, but I'm gonna give it a shot and hope for the best. But I cannot believe I got this. I forgot I had it. This was actually from a little library, so I will be reading this and probably bring it back to a little library when I'm done and not giving this to my bookstore because that's what I'm going to be doing with my other books. So if I don't enjoy it, I will be unhauling it. I actually might just unhaul it anyway because unless I like love it, I'll just unhaul it and give it to someone else because that's where I got it from. I got it from a little library, so I want to give it back to everyone else and move it on to the next person. I'm very curious. I cannot believe that. That's insane. We are done the TBR game, but I still have a few more books I want to add to my TBR, so let's go over those really quickly. The next one is going to be from the Mind F series. This is All the Lies by S.T. Abbey. This is the second last book. I think there's 5 books. Lenore Reads rated this a 5, and I will get bonus points for the Realmathon if I read books that were given a 5 stars by other booktubers or the hosts of the group. So any of the hosts that gave any of these 5 stars, I will get extra points for. Another host, Katie, gave this a 5 stars, so this will also be a thing for host's favorite, so that was going to be good for my bonus points as well. For the Peace Talk weekend, one where you get more points if you read more books, I'm going to be reading the Lore Olympus series. I'm on the 2nd volume, so if I can get to like 2-3 volumes, that would be great. Katie also rated these very highly. I think she gave these all 5 stars for all of these. This will all be a host's favorite, and I definitely need to get to this because I've been wanting to continue the series for a long time. So this would be a great time for me to read this during the Peace Talks. So that's around like 8 or so books, but I have one more I want to add, and that is my randomizing my Kindle book. So let's get into my random generator. So let's do 1 to 10. For 1 to 10, I got a 4, and then the 15 is going to be a 5. So 4 and 5. So 4 across and 5 down. We got The Sons of Echidna by Athena M. Bliss. So this book came out in August of 2023. It is 447 pages, and it sounds interesting. It actually sounds pretty interesting to me. She tries to take on an advert for like a babysitting job, and instead of having kids and animals, she has to take care of mythical beasts and animals themselves, which sounds kind of fun. Sons of Echidna is a fast-paced bend of the Umbrella Academy meets a series of unfortunate events. A hefty dash of spice brings the diverse and colorful cast to vivid life along with exquisitely detailed illustrations sprinkled throughout the book. The list I showed you was like my free Kindle books I've gotten from a lot of different types of things where you get free ebooks, and so if I don't like it, it's not that big of a deal. It was free, so I'm gonna try it and see if I enjoy it. I like the concept of it. Taking care of mystical monsters sounds like a great time, so I'm hoping I will like it overall. These are my physical books I currently have with me, but I will show you all the books I plan on getting to in March right here. It's a pretty hefty amount. I will put the page count in the top left, I think it is, so it's going to be a lot. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish all of these. I will try my best to get to them all. Let me know if you have any books that you're interested in reading in March, if you have any planned, if you are joining any readathons, if you're not doing any readathons. Good for you. Take the month off and just enjoy whatever you want to read. If you are in Realmathon, let me know what team you're on. I'm not going to have, you know, like a battle, what team is what. Good luck to everyone. I actually genuinely mean that. Good luck to everyone. I used to always want to win, and I used to be very competitive. It feels like my competitive streak has kind of like left me. I have no will in my body to be competitive anymore, so good luck to everyone. I don't really mind who wins. I'm actually being honest when I say that. I swear I'm saying that honestly. Thank you so much for watching my TBR. I always love doing this. It's so much fun. If you are here up until this point, put whatever you want for like a birthday emoji. Any type of birthday emoji. I'm not 31 yet, but I will be at the end of the month. So if you want to put something for birthdays, you can go ahead and do that. So with that, thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great reading month in the month of March, and I hope to see you all soon. Goodbye, everyone.